Hello everybody and welcome to Bridgewater Bus Station. Now today is Monday the 7th of April. Now throughout the next 2 weeks, FirstBus as well as other bus companies in Somerset will be making some changes to their bus routes and their networks around Somerset and the southwest. Now to start off with, some of the Mendip Explorer bus routes have had a change. Now, First West of England services 75 and 29 have been renumbered and extended to Bristol. The 75 is now the 375, which is what it used to be, and the 29 is now the 374. This now means you can get direct bus services from Taunton and Bristol, as well as many other small villages across the Somerset Levels and the Poldon Hills, all the way to Bristol. Anyway, here is our service on the 375 departing Bridgewater Bus Station bang on time. Because these services now run all the way to Bristol and a lot of people use the buses between Street and Bristol, they have to run double-deckers on these routes, which is a bit of a problem if you meet a big vehicle coming the other way on these small and narrow lanes around the Poldon Hills. Anyway, we are soon on our way to Glastonbury. on the final leg of the journey to Glastonbury, where we will leave the bus and the bus will take on the route to Wales and eventually Bristol. Whilst we're in the street, I'd just like to explain some of the changes that First West of England are making. Now to start off with, in the Mendip, a few services have been altered and changed, and there have been a few timetable revisations, if that's even a word. Like I said earlier, the 75 and 29, and now the 375 and 374, and are now running beyond Glastonbury and Wales all the way to Bristol. As well as that, the 126 and the 77 have all got different timetables, with the 126 timetable genuinely being a bit better. Anyway, here we are in Glastonbury. The company, The Big Lemon, has also launched a new route 2V, which runs between Odddown Park and Ride on the edge of Bath and Poulton, Midsummer Norton and Radstock. Anyway, here is our bus coming in to take us from Glastonbury back to Taunton, which is a Bath City Enviro 400. Now this bus was in very bad condition, as I'll show you later. Anyway, the Discover buses, which First West of England operate from Bath into Wiltshire, have also had some upgrades, with some new express routes being added as well. Along with that, there have been a few timetable revisations in Bath, and as well as that, the 22 service from Bath University along to Twerton is now being operated by First instead of A bus. Now Bristol has had a lot of route changes and upgrades, and there are also a load of new routes connecting one side of the city to the other, especially linking Avonmouth. Now, Weston-super-Mare haven't had that many changes, however the existing Badger Line, Express and local routes have had a few timetable revisations, with the X5 being massively improved. As well as that, the X1 also has a revised timetable, and there is a new Route 5 linking Weston-super-Mare with South Road, and I think it's Prince Concert Gardens, I'm not too sure. However, Route 5 is basically another one of the Western local routes. As well as that, the 20 between Weston-super-Mare and Burnham-on-Sea now runs on Sundays, and on Monday to Saturdays is every 30 minutes, alongside the open-top Weston's Coaster Route 1, which is also now every 30 minutes. This route was beautiful, I went on it the other day, and it is one of the best open-toppers out there in the southwest. As well as that, the Weston's Coaster is now also being advertised on the Adventures by Bus website. Anyway, here we are in Street. Now I know this bus does a lot of heavy work in and around Bath and possibly even making its way over to Bristol as it has Bath City branding. However, I don't really like travelling on a bus that has a crack in the upper deck. As well as that, part of the bus was literally eroding and rotting away. Anyway, let's now forget about those minor problems and enjoy the views across the Somerset levels on this absolutely terrible day. as I said earlier, any vehicle that is in the way will have to move, even the highway maintenance people. Here we are now on the edge of Taunton at junction 25 of the M5 motorway. Now you would have thought, since this route is now an express route and operates all the way from Bristol and Wales, not just Glastonbury, that it would take a more direct route into Taunton town centre. However, it still serves Blackbrook Way, which means that it takes an absolutely massive detour. However, at least it still serves the Ilminster Road busway. Here we are at the end of Route 374 at Taunton Parade. Like I said, it takes an absolutely massive detour into Taunton Town Centre and doesn't serve Castle Way, which is where all the express buses go from. It actually serves the parade. Anyway, I now have to wait a week for the next timetable changes, so I'll see you on April the 15th. Hello everybody and welcome to Taunton Castle Way a week later on April the 15th. Now today I'm going to be travelling on some of the new and revised Buses of Somerset routes. Now these are mainly going to be new routes in this video, however I will cover all of the changes. Now Wellington. It isn't that big, however it is an extremely overpopulated place. As a result, the Buses of Somerset currently run buses every 15 minutes, with buses diverging off in Wellington to either Rockwell Green, Tonedale or Tiverton. However, a new bus route has been launched, serving the Welsley Park area of town. This is the new Route 22B, and I'm going to say it now, I wouldn't be surprised if this route gets axed in September, when the second and final timetable change of the year should be happening, as absolutely nobody was using this route. They even put a double-decker on it, for God's sake. However, later on in the day, there was one of the Taunton Town buses single-deckers on it, which I think would suit the route a bit better than this absolutely massive double-decker. However, it was quite nice to have a double-decker all to myself. Anyway, let's now head off from Castle Way through to Welsley Park. The first two services of the day, that's the 0710 and the 917 from Castle Way, don't actually serve Wellington and go straight to Welsley Park. Since this was the 917, this bus did not serve Wellington or Rockwell Green. Welsley. Now this is where we diverge off the main 22 corridor and along the A38 Wellington bypass towards Welsley Park, Barnmeads Road. At the Monument Close bus stop, which is right in the middle of Welsley Park, which as it turns out is just another big housing estate like Rockwell Green. Anyway, we didn't have that long here, however that was for the best I think, as there was absolutely nothing for us or the driver to do. Anyway, as you can see, the bus was completely empty at Welsley Park, and there was just one other actual person using the bus service at Welsley Park. Anyway, the two journeys that run express from Chelston to Welsley Park do the full route via Rockwell Green and Wellington on the way back towards Taunton. As a result, our next stop will be Rockwell Green. At Rockwell Green Dogbury Park, which is where we join the main 22 bus route, as well as the X22 bus route, which comes in from Tiverton. As well as this, the 24 bus service, which is a new bus route operated by Stagecoach South West, serves this stop on its express bus route between Tiverton and Taunton. I didn't manage to get a ride on the 24 bus route, as it only runs very early in the morning and late in the evenings, so the park and ride buses don't have to do a dead run between Silk Mills Park and Ride and Tiverton. Anyway, I don't reckon this bus route is that useful. However, it's probably good if you live in Tiverton but have to get to work early in Taunton. Here we are back at Taunton Castle Way. Now, I had an extremely long wait here, however it was well worth it, as I managed to get on another new bus route. This time I managed to get on the express service X28, which runs an express route between Taunton and Minehead. It leaves Castle Way and runs to Taunton railway station, where the bus gets absolutely rammed with holiday makers before making its way down the A39 to Willerton, before heading off to Washford, Carhampton, Dunster, and eventually arriving into Minehead, Butland. This is an express service as it doesn't serve Bishop's Lydeard, the West Somerset Railway at Bishop's Lydeard Station, and Watchet. Anyway, I'm going to take this to Willerton, where the timetable is a bit misleading. At Taunton railway station, Southside bus stop. Now, although the Bus of Somerset refer to them as Southside, Northside and Taunton Station Bridge, the stops are actually numbered, being S1, S2 and so on. However, what's really annoying is that it doesn't even show this in the timetables, so it makes the system utterly pointless. Anyway, the bus got absolutely rammed, as I said, full of holiday makers, making their way down to Butlins. Anyway, I'd also like to point out that we had Bus of Somerset vehicle 44509, which is not in a very good state and has had about every single panel on the bus removed and changed, which means there's pretty much no original panel on the bus.
Listen, come over. Come over this way. Look, why do you want to go all that way on your
Here we are at the Willerton Glidden stop. Now if you look on bustimes.org, the timetable is correct. The only thing I don't like about the X28 stopping here is that there is no bus stop sign. However, at least on Bus Times the timetable is correct, as in the official Bus of Somerset leaflet is as it stops outside the Wyndham Arms, where there is in fact no bus stop. Anyway, here I am at the 4th Street bus stop, which is where the 28 and our next bus, the 28A, stop. Now I think this bus stop is much better as it has timetables. However, they are out of date as a result of the recent timetable change. Our next bus arriving into Willerton, which is an ADL Enviro 300 in the Bus of Somerset Quantock Line livery. This is on the new 28A service, which follows the normal 28 service as far as Bishop's Lydeard and then diverges off to Cotford St Luke and Norton Fitzwarren, as the 25, which also serves these towns, has had its timetable reduced. Now for some reason every time I come to Willerton, this man seems to spot me filming and looking at all the buses and the West Somerset Railway, and he seems to have a go at me for no reason. All I can say is that this man is loopy, and if you do go to this small lovely village in West Somerset, just try to stay away from him. Anyway, here we are now on the bus going back to Taunton. What I find really good about these Enviro 300s is that they were refurbished a couple of years ago and were purposely refurbished as a result of the branding into the Quantock line. And they have luggage racks, which I think is a brilliant idea considering loads of people come off the train at Taunton station with suitcases. Anyway, let's now enjoy our final ride of the day back to Taunton.
28A. So that means you'll go to Conference and Loop now and on about 8 minutes to the journey. So be the 28A, Conference and Loop, and then still end up in Taunton. And on about 9 minutes to the journey. Thank you. Conference and Luke to make it better for them, so this really started yesterday. Thank you.
In Cockford St. Luke. Apart from the 28A, some of the 23 services operated by Hatch Green coaches, as well as the 25 which has had its timetable reduced, serve this town. Anyway, let's now continue on to Norton Fitzwarren and eventually back into Taunton.
This one. Only stop at Taunton Rail, only stop at Taunton Rail, this one.
Back at Taunton Castle Way. Now I hope you enjoyed this video on the Somerset 2024 Easter timetable changes, whatever you want to call them, the April timetable changes. Anyway, I now need to make my way back to Taunton Station for my train back to Bridgewater, and as you can see, this service got really busy at Taunton Station. I was glad I got off. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!